Hello, and welcome once again to Michiana Mainlines. We'll be looking at some more historical video from the early 90s. More to show, and I have more to say. Right now we are in Logansport, Indiana, 1991, and we're looking at the Logansport and Ell River property. This is a short line that still exists today. At this time they operated a couple miles of track in Logansport. This was some ex-Pennsylvania track that they got from Conrail in about 1985. This line actually went northeast from here and then branched off into a couple other lines, one of which went way up through Plymouth and up to South Bend. But this is all that remained here in Logansport. This is kind of their headquarters area where they have their engine house and such. It didn't seem like there was a lot going on here at this time as far as any kind of a freight. They did have these passenger cars on property, a couple of the small switch engines. Close look at the passenger cars. I know over the years they have done some car storage business, and you can see that big conveyor over there. That direction is kind of looking, I believe, east-northeastward. That's some kind of a generating plant, and I think they were wanting to haul coal to it. I'm not sure if that was done way back when, but I don't think that ever really came about. One of their switch engines, that looks like that was their number 2, which was a 45-ton Porter. The number 1 engine was a GE 80-ton. There's a look at that one there, looking both directions of the track. There is number 1 once again. The line now in 2019 is still in place. I understand they're trying to sell it. Judging by the satellite view on Google Maps, it doesn't seem like there was much activity when that shot was taken. In fact, it's hard to tell if there still is even a connection with the TP&W, which is who they connected with there, the east-west TP&W line. Another good look at the industrial switcher. At the number 2. None of these locomotives or those cars are visible on satellite now either, so that stuff is probably in that storage shed, I would imagine. Kind of a nice little small short line. The true definition of short line. But it's nice that that track is still there and not long gone. Hopefully they can get a little something going, but I believe there was a business there that was using some freight service for a while too, but I don't think that that's happening right now. Now we are in Michigan City, Indiana. We're going to take a nice long look at the South Shore shops from the what was that, Reski or Roski Road? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. We'll take a look at both sides of their shop area. This is looking westward. You can see the NIPSCO generating power plant cooling tower down there in the distance, right by Lake Michigan. This is a look at their setup there. This is the main hub of the Chicago South Shore and South Bend Railroad, or the South Shore as we like to call it around here. Still provides the passenger electric service. Now the passenger operation and the freight operation are two separate entities. The Passenger operation is the Northern Indiana Commuter Transportation District that handles that. There we see one of the passenger train cars there. Freight is now separate and operated separately. So look at one of their switch engines, number 206. Now we are looking eastward. Some more of their yard and shop area there. That is the line eastward looking towards South Bend. It looks like we have an incoming passenger train right now going under the CSX bridge, which is their line that goes up through New Buffalo and up to Grand Rapids, and also passes through Michigan City. South Shore used to interchange with them there via a siding on the other side of that bridge that looped around, but I don't believe they interchange with CSX right now. I think they only use that as car storage. I'm not sure, but I don't believe they do. So let's just watch this train coming in here as it will be pulling into their passenger pickup area. At this time they had a couple stations in the Michigan City area, and I'm not sure now. I think the main station now is here, and they just have a little pickup right in the downtown. But at this time I think the downtown was still the main pickup station right here in Michigan City. South Shore is known as the last interurban. Interurban because they usually ran through towns as a form of transportation from town to town, and they had a lot of street running, kind of like a streetcar type of operation. Not sure if there's any other one operating now anywhere or not, but even the freight used to be electric back in the day when it was all one operation. I think they still operated the electric locomotives probably into the 70s, but right now they have a fleet of GP38-2s and probably some other things right now. At this time it was mostly you see the GP830-2s there off on the left. And I'm not sure what their roster is right now, but the freight is no longer electric. Another look at the shop and service area. Pretty large complex there. They still have quite a bit of street running in Michigan City. We'll see some of that later. The line is doing very well now in 2019. In fact, there is a lot of activity going on in terms of improving the travel times between Chicago and Michigan City. We're going to be doing a lot of track improvements, even in the South Bend area, to bring trains into South Bend. A new station is planned in South Bend. It's still kind of up in the air where exactly that's going to go. It's at the airport right now. I don't know if it will stay there or not. Looking at the cooling tower along Lake Michigan shoreline. That is a big coal, well, it was a big coal taker. Well, actually it still is right now, but apparently it's not going to be for much longer. They're either, I think they're shutting that plant down is what they're doing. So there's not going to be any, it's going to be some lost business in this area for the South Shore, because they took a lot of coal in and out of that plant. Look at the passenger pickup area. That track you see crossing right there, that was the Norfolk Southern branch that came up out of Argus and interchanged here with the South Shore. Now that is operated by the South Shore in 2019, as far down as just north of, well, just a little bit south of the Kingsbury Industrial Plant. They serve the industrial plant, and they have other customers on the line just southeast of Michigan City as well. Kind of nice to see a line like this that has been around for so long and is still around, and not just gobbled up by some other railroad or something like that. It's still I don't know if you'd really call it a short line operation, maybe more like a regional, but you know, it's just kind of a nifty thing in northern Indiana and into Chicago. Not any freight to speak of into South Bend anymore. Pretty much New Carlisle is as far east as they go. Here we see a train coming into the passenger pickup area in downtown Michigan City. This is on 11th Street. One of the there's two separate sections of street running in town. This is 11th Street, and then the line transfers over to 10th Street, where they have another long piece of running. Unfortunately, the modernization and improvement plan calls to take all of this out of the street in probably the not too distant future. I guess they want to move the track off to the side of the street in these areas, make some of these streets one way, and just get it out of the street. So it's probably only going to be side of the street running. I don't know exactly how quick that's going to take place, but I would say if you want to get any current pictures of the traditional street running in Michigan City, I would best do it quickly. I have quite a few pictures of trains here, but unfortunately I was never lucky with freight. I only got light engine moves. They waited for the green just like everybody else. Heading west toward Chicago. And that concludes today's segment. Here's a little tease from the next one. This is Grand Trunk in Granger, Indiana, near State Road 23. Stopping for a lunch break, the Grand Trunk local with a nice GT locomotive and what appears to be a leased unit. We'll have more on this in the next installment. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you find some value in this. If you do, like, subscribe, tell everybody about it. We got some old 90s stuff that apparently nobody has from what I'm being told, so it kind of surprises me, but that's the way it is. So again, thanks for watching, and be looking out for the next.